Hey everyone, welcome back. It's Andrew at Microphonic Designs here, way down in deep South Texas at PSJA Early College High School. And it's been a long day because they have gotten a bunch of new stuff. And we're gonna take a look at it in just a second, but let me give you the lay of the land real quick. What is familiar here is their marimbas. We've got 3 marimbas. We've got 2 vibes, and we've got some electronics over this way. We've got drum set. There's going to be some soloist stuff. The plan, here, check this out. This is the plan. So again, we've got our 3 marimbas, and you can see here I've kind of brought the cables down this way, and we'll talk about the snake situation when we kind of get to it. Here's the drum set. Again, the cable's coming off of this. Originally, I had intended for these 2 cables here to like receive signal from a couple of sideline microphones that they're going to need, but we've changed this instead to accommodate a Roland SPDSX sampler, and we're going to plug in the sideline mics straight into the new stage box that they have over in the main synth cart. And then these here actually need to be deleted because we changed plans. And then synth 2 here is just a secondary MIDI controller for Cubase because they work with my good friend Kent Summer, and he loves for his folks to use Cubase and Contact and a bunch of other really cool stuff. So that's what we have going on there. Let's take a look now at some of the new gear. Now, is the mixer cart new as well? Like that was part of this? Yeah, so we've got a new mixer cart from our friends at Synced Up Audio, which, by the way, we are a dealer for their stuff. So if you like the look of this mixer cart, which, I mean, huge doors in the back, which is awesome, gives us plenty of space. Anyhow, you can hit me up because I can help you get equipped with all of this stuff, really. In the back here, we've got the cabling coming out of the brand new Allen & Heath SQ6, which was my first time working with this board today. My right-hand guy and sound designer, Aaron Tucker, has been trying to get me on board with the SQ stuff for so long. And today, I finally got some hands-on experience with it, and it's really freaking cool. So the SQ6 is the board we have in the cart, and you'll see that they have actually had this cart customized with a bunch of connectors on the side that are going to make it really easy for them to plug in when they take the field. Now let's take a look. I might be getting a little ahead of myself here at the front. So let's take a look. Here is the SQ6 in all its glory. We have layer A set up for them as sort of all of the individual channels. So like we've got the 3 marimbas here. We've got high, low, high, low, high, low from marimbas 1 through 3. We've got tuba vibraphones. We've got synth 1 and synth 2. So over in the electronics section, basically what we have is 2 MIDI controllers into 1 computer, and the audio interface has several outputs for us to use. So I'm using 4 outputs from their audio interface to feed the left and the right for each of these. So in the SQ6, this one slider is actually 2 input channels, which is really cool. So they reduce it down to 1 slider instead of taking up 2 on the surface. So there's a lot of really cool flexibility and customization that can be done on these fader layers here. Here's the SPDSX channel, and we've got the drum set stuff: kick, snare, high tom, mid tom, low tom. We got the flugelhorn, the French horn, and then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 channels of wireless. 4 of these, I believe, are going to be for like what, a woodwind? Yeah, woodwind quartet. And then we have wireless guitar as well. So those are being fed from these units down here. And we've got 4 of the, what do we have? The BLX4s. And then we've got 1 of these Audio-Technica receivers. This one is going to be for the guitar. And they should be able to take the output of this guitar receiver and just do 1/4 inch into like some pedal effects to get the sound that they want from it, and then the output of the pedals would go into the board. So those channels are coming into local inputs right here, and everything else is going to a digital snake that is part of the Allen & Heath ecosystem. On the B layer here, we've got DCAs over here on the left. We've got the keyboards, wireless, synthesizers, the effects pad, which is that Roland SPDSX, and then the drum kit. So these are all the DCAs. And if you're not familiar, the DCA groups, that stands for digitally controlled amplifier, but you don't really have to worry about that. Basically, this is just group volume control for whatever individual channels you assign to each one of these, which is really cool. We also have their 3 outputs here. We've got our center fills, our subwoofers, and our main left and right. And then we actually have these 3 things assigned to their own DCA down here, all out. Everything going out of the board is right here. So if they need to turn down their brand new RCF stacks and subs and center fills, they can just use this slider right here all the way over on the right. This will turn the entire system down. Now, speaking of the speakers, the connectors over here on the side, you can see we've got power con going out, dual power con, as well as plenty of XLR outputs. We got those nice and color coded. We've got the ART 912As for our center fill speakers. Really good looking speaker. And then over here, we've got some familiar faces. We have the RCF HGL6As. You've seen these, or if you've tuned in the channel for a while, you've seen these with our friends over at the John B. Alexander Bulldog Band. And down here we've got the sub 8004 AS on the bottom. So just beautiful line array stacks. So we've got these for our mains for the left and the right. And then we've got the center fills left and right as well. And what's cool, so this particular walkthrough video is the first of 4 that I'm doing this week for PSJA ISD. So that's right. So the 3 videos after this one are going to be for the other 3 campuses here in the district. And guess what? They got the hookup, y'all. Every one of the campuses I'm visiting this week has the same speaker system and the same new mixer system, which is pretty insane. That's really cool. So really looking forward to working on those other systems as well. The other side here, again, we've just got our left outputs going to side 1, and then I believe here is our EtherCon coming into the mixer cart from our synth cart. And this is sort of a hub, like an audio hub with a lot of stuff. So here is our synth cart with the backup battery. We've got the Allen & Heath AR2412, so we've got 24 inputs and 12 outputs that connect to the mixer. And we've got up here a power conditioner. We've got the PreSonus Studio 1824C, a Mac Mini, and I think this is like a big dongle. What's this thing next to the Mac? Is that like a... It's just, yeah, it's like a big dongle that they've got in place, which is really cool, so that they can connect, boom, right here, USB, to their secondary MIDI controller, which is really awesome. And let's see what else. Yeah, so we've got right now, this modular snake here is going to receive mod snake from the drum kit. And these here, these colored cables, well, if you've, again, tuned into the channel and you've seen all the videos, you'll have seen this in a previous video, which was at Garland High School. This is a snake that is one of those Lix Pro analog over Ethernet snakes. And they actually got the dual channel version. You'll see there channel 1, channel 2, and they've built in a custom pass-through through the side of the synth cart. And here is the other half here. Now, this snake today is giving us a little bit of trouble, and I suspect, my highest suspicion is that it was the EtherCon cables that were giving us trouble, because when we plugged everything in earlier, we were not getting signal. Like we plugged this mic right here straight into the digital snake with just another mic cord, and it worked fine. And then we plug it back into the Ethernet stuff, and it didn't work. So we're going to be getting some different EtherCon cables and trying it out that way. And if somehow that doesn't work, we're just going to move over to a mod snake, and we'll use a modular snake instead of this thing here. So this is essentially a mod snake where we have 8 channels coming in, and instead of it being a DB25 connector, we've got 2 EtherCon, I guess outputs would be the case here, that sends the mic signal across and into the synth cart. And it took a lot of cable management. Again, this is not the prettiest thing ever, but it doesn't look bad either. It just took a while to get all the cables laid on there. And these are like some old school all-terrain frames, y'all. So I had to get creative with where the cables ran. So here's the end. of this one. Again, just trying to keep it as nice and neat as I can. And then here's marimba 2. Again, running these cables kind of down this front support rail. And then they've got the mics mounted like this. And then this was actually really interesting. I chose to sort of suspend that cable across where the mics are connected to separate those cables out to keep this down here a little bit more nice and neat. So I don't know, this might be a controversial take, but that's what I chose to do. I'm pretty sure that's what I did last time I was here, which was, I think maybe 2 years ago, maybe 3. It's been a while since I've been down here, but this is what we're doing this time around. And then again, on the end of marimba 2, we just got more cable management going on there. And then here's marimba 3 with the least amount of cables from the marimbas, but just more cable management. And then the 2 vibes, the cable from this vibe just plugs in there. And then vibe 2 in the back row has a short cable that goes just to the end. And then we have a longer sort of jumper cable that takes that signal forward and into the green cable on the end of marimba 3. And then the drum kit also is in still a bit of a, like in stasis a little bit, where we don't yet have a drum set cart, but that's okay because we have the mics, we've got the cables, everything is prepped and ready to go. And I've got 2 options for them. They had the input box as well as the breakout cable. And because we're not 100% sure what the cart is going to be, like what the frame is, I just decided, you know what, let me color code that and that the same so that they can choose whichever one is going to work best for the cart that they get for this whole thing. But this is ready to go. And then there's the SPD-SX there. And yeah, that's about it. I'm very pleased that they were able to get such awesome upgrades, and I'm certainly a little disappointed I wasn't able to do a full sound check, but I'm going to be back at the end of the week on Friday to do sort of some like PD hours for all of the directors here in the district. We're going to get together here at this campus. We're going to talk about stuff. We'll have a good time, like some Q&A stuff, and I'll do my best to give them my collected notes of my do's and don'ts. So anyway, y'all, leave questions, comments, and hopefully no concerns, but if you have them, leave them down below. If you would like help with your front ensemble and getting all this type of stuff set up, get at me. You can reach me at microphonicdesigns.com/contact. I've got a form that you can fill out to give me specifics, or if you're a fan of phone calls, I also have like a Google call meeting scheduler that you can fill out. And if you yourself are looking for some ART 912As for center fills, or maybe even some RCF stacks for yourself, also get at me. The district here did go through a local vendor, so I'll give the local vendor some credit for getting the hookup here, but your boy can also help you get this stuff as well. And I just, I love these things. They sound great and they're fun to work with. So anyway, y'all, take care. Until next time, I'll see you then. Peace.